When I was in school, like many of you, I had dreams, but they were different from what my family or society expected of me. I vividly remember telling everyone that I wanted to be a Miss Universe when I grow up. I also remember one of my tuition teachers coming and complaining at home as if it was a bad thing. I think it all began when I won a local pageant in West Maritpalli, Hyderabad called Miss YMCA. Oh, I was so young, hopeful, and full of ambition. I think I was just 8 years old at that time. However, I come from a middle class, conventional, Telugu speaking family where education is paramount. And reality often pulls you in a different direction, isn't it? And I loved studying, no complaints there. Okay, so I was this person who creates timetables and I'll do everything in my power to execute them to perfection. I think I loved being in control in life. Later, I was drawn to biology, which eventually led me to choosing medicine. It seemed like a natural path, right? I was doing great because it was really simple in my head. You work hard, you study, you get good marks, directly proportional to your efforts, right? I was doing great, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I wanted something more. I couldn't shake the feeling every day that there was something more for me to explore, something more for me to achieve. And during my fourth year MBBS, this was when COVID-19 hit. It truly was a devastating time for the entire world, but also a turning point for me. I was restless. I had these sleepless nights every day, and there was a voice inside me that grew louder each day. It said, "You're not taking any steps towards your dreams. How are you planning on achieving them?" Maybe it's that 8-year-old girl who suppressed her dreams, who didn't have the courage to speak, or rather, I say, was not allowed to. That voice grew louder each day and now became impossible to ignore. It was either now or never. I was taking a huge risk, but I knew I had to believe in myself first. So it took immense courage to take that first step. And let me tell you, the hardest part of chasing your dreams is moving from just thinking about them to actually doing something about them. So finally, in 2021, I decided to post pictures and videos on Instagram. Now, this decision may seem very small, right? But it was monumental for me because that's where my modeling career started. I remember till today that I took my sister along to my first modeling gig and I was paid rupees 2000 that day. I slowly started picking up modeling projects in and around Hyderabad and slowly grew from there. After modeling, after a few months of this, I started taking up modeling seriously. And now I had to balance my medicine and modeling side by side. So I used to go to college during the weekdays and attend modeling projects on the weekends. I also faced a lot of challenges, which most of it included ignoring what other people said around me. But I kept moving forward. And after a few months, I came across a workshop that was conducted by a former Miss India contestant, and I knew I had to attend. And this workshop coincided with the Sankranti festival. And every year for Sankranti, my family travels to Vijayawada to celebrate it grandly. But I somehow persuaded them and I asked them to let me stay back in Hyderabad just so I could attend the workshop. Now I went on to attend the workshop, and 2 months later, well, by the way, I didn't plan on registering for Miss India or any pageant at that point of time. I just attended the workshop casually because I knew preparation was key because that's what I did my entire life. I prepared. for exams. So after the workshop, 2 months later, I found myself applying for Miss India. This came as a shocker to many, including my family who's sitting right there. After the state auditions, I remember going and shopping for these 2 pairs of expensive stilettos. I honestly didn't know what I was thinking back then, not advisable at all. But something inside me told me to. Even after my mother, who came to me and said that she'd be happier if I didn't win the state title, just so I could go back to being a doctor. But still, I chose to believe in myself. And recently I read somewhere that if you believe in success, you're more likely to achieve it. Maybe that's true. Because later I was crowned Femina Miss India Andhra Pradesh 2022 along with 2 subtitles, Moj Rising Star and Times Youth Beauty with a Purpose, also placing myself in the top 10. Suddenly, those who doubted my choices were now celebrating my achievements. My mother, who said would be happier if I didn't win, helped me win 2 subtitles. Yes, she was the one who raised 7.8 lakhs alone on my behalf to treat cancer children, which won me the subtitle. Amma, I love you. And the same year, I also graduated MBBS in first class. I was on top of the world. What could go wrong now, right? Now, after Miss India, everyone, including my parents, expected me to return to medicine. But deep down, I had a hidden dream of seeing myself on the big screen. I was too afraid to even say it out loud, too afraid to even admit it to myself. I faced immense pressure to go back to what was safe and stable. I too doubted my choices sometimes because I'm coming from a background where everything is structured and success is in your control, directly proportional to your efforts, right? Like I mentioned. But now I find myself in a place where nothing is guaranteed. Opportunities in the industry are unpredictable. Success very much out of your control. But I thought I should lay my own path. It was time. And I made up my mind. So I decided to tell my parents. Now I sat them down for the most important conversations of my life. Of course, ఎవరొప్పుకుంటా చెప్పండి అంటే మోడలింగ్ అంటే is one thing, acting ante it's a whole different ball game. But I gathered a lot of courage and I sat them down for the most important conversations of my life. I told them, Amma, Nana, this is where my heart lies. I've come so far, but I need your support to go further. And this conversation changed everything. They were with me fully. I think they believed in me. They saw the fire I had in me. They saw me put in the work. They knew I was so stubborn and persistent and committed to that dream that even they knew that I wouldn't give up until that 8-year-old girl achieved what she wanted to in her life. Trust me when I say there was not a single day where I didn't look back and think of not returning to medicine. But also trust me when I say I didn't look where there was not a single day where I didn't look myself in the mirror and say, I didn't come so far just to come so far. So now, with my parents' support, my family and friends' support, I started looking for opportunities in the industry. I didn't know how to start, what to do, where to go. But all I knew was I had to step out of my house every single day. I did that and made sure I at least met few people every single day, related, not related to the film industry. I also very well understood how important it is to develop my craft. So I attended multiple acting workshops in and around Hyderabad, also built my portfolio, did a lot of photo shoots around Hyderabad and in Bombay, networked a lot, gave multiple auditions, and I did face every challenge expected to along the way. Criticism, rejections, everything. But I just decided to put my head down, focus, and just work. Do what I know best, focus on improving myself. Much inspired by the quote, don't chase butterflies, but instead focus on building a beautiful garden and the butterflies will come to you. And slowly the butterflies started to come. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And now I feel the challenges I faced were just stepping stones that were bringing me closer to my vision. And today I'm shooting for my debut film with the legendary director, and that 8-year-old girl inside me couldn't be happier. So, all I just wanted to say is dreams are powerful, but what's even more powerful is the power of persistence and self belief. Because I believed in myself, and that's why I'm standing here today. Let me tell you that if you follow that voice with discipline and determination, you will get there. Yes, it may take time. It will require a lot of courage for you to take that first step, courage for you to go against the society, courage for you to believe in yourself when nobody will, courage for you to fail yet get back up. But with persistence, you will get there because I am living proof standing in front of you. So never stop pursuing what sets your heart on fire because when you believe in yourself, the world will believe with you. Thank you.